Hey, what's up internet? Victor with PhoneArena here, and today we have an exciting comparison for you. The brand new Sony Xperia X, and we pair it against the Samsung Galaxy S7. Which of these two is the better phone? Let's find out. The Xperia X and Galaxy S7 are very similar in size and weight. The Xperia X addresses some of the key annoyances of the Xperia Z series. It features now smooth, well-laminated glass up front, a stylish and durable metal back, and all of that in a body with no sharp edges that sits comfortably in the hand. It is a true gem of modern smartphone design, balanced in every way. The Samsung Galaxy S7 also features a premium design. It has a metal frame and glass on the back, beautiful but less practical as the back easily catches fingerprints and has to be cleaned way too often. Buttons are not placed conveniently on the Xperia X. The volume rocker is too down low and a stretch to reach, and buttons on the whole feel a bit mushy, while the Galaxy S7 has very well-made, clicky and easy to press buttons. Then there is waterproofing. The Galaxy S7 can take a short plunge in water and survive it, and that's a great thing to have, while the Xperia X lacks such protection. The Xperia X features a 5-inch LCD screen with a resolution of 1080 by 1920 pixels, and the Galaxy S7 comes with a 5.1-inch Super AMOLED display with a resolution of 1440 by 2560 pixels. The extra pixels in the Galaxy S7 make a difference only if you use the phone for virtual reality or when you stare it up from very up close. Both are very bright screens that are easy to read outdoors even on a sunny day. But when it comes to the way the two deal with colors though, there are some important differences. The Xperia X comes with colors that are overblown and lean towards the colder side. The Galaxy S7 also features overblown and unrealistic colors in its default adaptive mode, but you can also go into settings, display mode, and change to the basic mode, which completely transforms colors so they look very accurate and pleasing. We recommend using this mode. The Galaxy S7 also has the neat always-on display feature that allows you to show the time plus notifications when your phone is locked, while the Xperia X lacks such extras. Samsung's custom TouchWiz user interface looks very different from stock Android with deep customizations. Sony's interface, on the other hand, uses a radically different approach. The UI on the Xperia X is light, very similar to the stock look of Android. And that's a good thing. Animations are quick and to the point, the few custom additions like the clock give the phone some character, but overall the approach Sony takes is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Some options like double tap to wake are not enabled by default, so you'll have to go on a trip to settings to turn them on if you want. Go to settings, display, and down to the interaction section and tap on the tap to wake up setting to enable it. The S7 in contrast features the theme engine that allows some deep customizations, and it also has the neat game launcher that keeps you focused while you're gaming on your phone. The Xperia X rocks the Snapdragon 650 system chip with 3GB of RAM, which is clearly not the best on the market in terms of performance. The Snapdragon 650 chip is decent for daily tasks, but if you put it through its paces with gaming and image-heavy websites, you'll notice it takes longer to render pages and some games might load longer and stutter a bit. The Samsung Galaxy S7 on the other hand is equipped with the cream of the crop Snapdragon 820 system chip and 4GB of RAM. It is the faster of the two with those more intensive tasks, and while for daily routines the difference between these two chips is barely noticeable, in heavier tasks you will notice it. Now, good news is that both phones come with 32GB of storage on board and both support microSD card expansion. And the storage on the Galaxy S7 is a bit faster, and this speeds up app installs that happen impressively fast. Camera is the big test for phones these days, as it's one of the most oft-used features. The Galaxy S7 has one of the best cameras on a phone ever, so the Xperia X faces a tough challenge here. On the X, we have a 23-megapixel camera with a very wide 24mm lens, but in the auto mode it captures 8-megapixel pictures that are the result of combining pixels from the original 23-megapixel sensor for a better end image. The Galaxy S7 on its part comes with a 12-megapixel camera with the impressive new dual pixel technology that makes it the fastest focusing phone ever. It's worth saying that you have a two-step physical shutter key on the Xperia X. Hold it down to start the camera, but startup time takes a long few seconds in comparison with the ultra-fast Galaxy S7. The camera app on the S7 also feels better made. All buttons are within easy reach and it supports the cool new motion photo that captures a short video with your images. Now, what about image quality? The Galaxy S7 captures images with excellent dynamics, but it also has way overblown colors and sharpness is way over accented, so images have a very weird look to them. In comparison, more expensive dedicated cameras don't have this type of weird processing of images. We think that if Samsung got rid of those nasty effects, images on the S7 would look much better. The Xperia X, on the other hand, captures more photorealistic colors, but suffers from poorer dynamic range and tends to lose detail at the edges of the image. Its images are good, but not necessarily great. In terms of video, the lack of 4K video recording on the Xperia X is a sour disappointment, but for all else the Sony phone does a very good job. It records videos in 1080p resolution at either 30 or 60 frames per second, and the recorded footage looks very good. Nice colors, good electronic stabilization, and relatively fast autofocus. The Samsung Galaxy S7, however, is a step above and beyond. It has that nice super sharp 4K video capture capability and features both optical and electronic stabilization for its video recordings. The big highlight of video recording, however, is without a doubt the mind-bogglingly fast autofocus on the S7. It manages to switch focus with unprecedented speed and ease. For audio, the Sony Xperia X is equipped with two front-firing speakers, while the Galaxy S7 has a single bottom-facing speaker. Fortunately, the speakers on the Xperia X are too quiet and don't have much depth to their sound. Even the not all that great loudspeaker of the Galaxy S7 has more bite to it. When it comes to battery life, the Xperia X sports a 2620 mAh unit, while the Galaxy S7 has a much larger 3000 mAh cell. Daily usage so far shows that it is roughly in the same league as the S7. The X lasts maybe just a bit less. Sony claims you can get 2-day battery life with the X, but we found this claim far-fetched. The Galaxy S7 is also faster to recharge. It takes less than an hour and a half to fully replenish the S7's battery, while the Xperia X takes an excruciatingly long 2 hours and 20 minutes to juice up fully, despite having a smaller battery. At the end of the day, the Xperia X with its cost of $550 just looks overpriced. Yes, it does have a great looking design and runs fairly smoothly, but it lacks key features like 4K video, its processor is not on par for gaming, the display does not have accurate colors, and it just does not seem worthy of that high price. With countless deals on the Galaxy S7 and a clearly superior set of features, is the better option from these two.